To our economics class. In the last class, we discussed about the economical development in India between 1950 and 1990, right? And we discussed about the introduction of 5-year plans. 5-year plans. Okay, my question is, from which country we borrowed or adopted that idea of 5-year plans? Can you tell me the answer? From which country we borrowed the idea of 5-year plans?
Russia.
Yeah, so old Soviet Union. Okay, presently it's termed as Russia. Okay, older Soviet Union. Okay, so Jawaharlal Nehru is very much interested with a particular economical system. Which one is that?
Socialism.
Okay, tell me. Jawaharlal Nehru is basically very much attracted with one particular system of economy. Which system is that?
Socialism.
Yeah, Abarna, correct. Is socialism. Okay, so what is socialism? Tomlin George. What is socialism? Tomlin. Can you hear me, Tomlin? Tomlin George, are you there? No connection. Karthik, what
So
is this socialism? Ah,
the government takes all important decisions regarding production,
okay.
and it focuses on social benefits for people besides
Definitely.
profit.
Okay, fine. Correct. So socialism is an economical system where almost all the means of production is under the control of the government. Okay. And at the same time, the motto of the government is not profit, but a welfare of the society. Welfare of the society. A welfare society. Okay. So just opposite of that, we learn one more economical system termed as capitalism. Ashish Binni, tell me what is capitalism. Basil and Femina, turn on your cameras. Ashish, tell me what is capitalism. Ashish Benny, question to you. I can't hear anything. Hello, Ashish. I can't hear. I can't hear. Some trouble in the connection, I think so. Hanna Salim. Hanna. I think it's a problem with my headphone. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah. So tell me, what is capitalism? Where is Hanna? Not on the board. Probably, I think so. Okay. Then tell me, Aditya. Aditya. Connection trouble persist. Amalraj.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Amalraj. What is this capitalism?
So in this, uh, in capitalist economy, the private individual take decision which choice.
Capitalist system, a capital economic system, basically importance for the
Private
individual,
individual.
private individual, where all the means of production is under the control of the private individuals, and where their main motto is making profit. Okay, in India, we basically, and at the time of independence, we not accepted the socialism or capitalism. Okay, instead of that, we accepted or we created one another form of economical system. What is that, Elvina?
Mixed economy.
Mixed economy. What is that?
In mixed economy, both the socialist and capitalist economy.
Okay, we are able to find the features of both the socialism and capitalism in a mixed economy. In a mixed economy, so India is the best example for mixed economy. Here, public enterprises are there. I mean, PSUs, public sector undertakings are there. The same time, private property also allowed. Okay, private individuals also can start production. So rights are there with the people. Clear. So India is an example for a mixed economical system. Mixed economical system. Okay. Now these things are okay for you, right? Clear. So these are the base of this chapter. Okay. So economies. Back to our textbook. Okay. Hope you read all these things there. Central problems of an economy. Read or not? Central problems of an economy. Okay, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Okay, now we completed up to here, I think so. Now we want to start 2.2, the goals of 5-year plans. Goals of 5-year plans. So goals means aims, right? Aim. Okay, something that what we want to achieve, that is termed as a goal. Clear. So a plan should have some clearly specified goals. The goal of the 5-year plan are underline growth, modernization, self-reliance, and equity. Okay, these are the goals of Indian 5-year plans: growth, modernization, self-reliance, and equity. Here, what do you mean growth? Economical growth. The entire growth of the country in almost all the infrastructural fields or infrastructural development we want. So growth necessary. Okay, clear or not? In all the fields we required growth. We know that after independence our economy is totally destructed, so it is the responsibility of the newly elected government to improve development in the country. So growth is necessary. So main aim of the 5-year plan is growth, achieve growth, development. Modernization. Okay, we wanted to use modern technology. Clear. Instead of using old or primitive methods to produce products, agricultural products or industrial products, we need a modernization in almost all the production sector. Self-reliance, which means we don't want to what we can say, import the product from other countries. Instead of that, we want to create the product for our use within the territory of India, within the territory of India. That was self-reliance. We wanted to produce the product for ourselves or our consumption. Clear. Next one, equity, equality. So in an economy, it is not only for the rich people but for the poor also. So everyone want to develop, everyone want to develop. That is the another goal of the 5-year plans in India. Okay, so this does not mean that all plans have given equal importance to all these goals. Due to limited resources, a choice has to be made in each plan about which of the goals is to be given primary importance. So basically speaking, so 5-year plans are for this purpose. Okay, or the goals of 5-year plans are growth, modernization, self-reliance, and equity. Okay, but we cannot say that all the plans are giving importance for all these sorts of development. Okay, but lack of resources creating some changes in the plans. Okay, we already studied that resources are of scarce, right? And alternative uses. Okay, resources are scarce and are of alternative uses. Number of uses are there with the resources. Clear. So in a different 5-year plans, our aim is to achieve growth, modernization, self-reliance, and equity. But sometimes we are unable to do that or unable to achieve that. It is because of lack of resources. Clear. So resources, we know that already we studied in class 11. What is that? It is scarce. And the same time, alternative uses are there with the resources. Okay. So every time there are some changes we are able to find in the plans and its goals. Okay. So just understand that. Nevertheless, the planners have to ensure that, as far as possible, the policies of the plans do not contradict these four goals. Let us now learn about the goals of planning in some detail. So, each and every plan have some specific goals, but that goals don't create any trouble for, or it should not create any trouble for growth, modernization, self-reliance, and equity. Those are the major concept of these 5-year plans. Clear? Okay, understanding or not? Clear or not? So repeating one more time. So the goals of 5-year plans. What are they? What are the goals of 5-year plans? What are the goals of 5-year plan? Pavitra KR. Pavitra, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What are the 4 major goals of 5-year plans in India?
Growth, modern,
Okay, growth, modernization. It's not clear. Our voice is breaking.
and self.
Okay, self-reliance and equity. Correct. Okay, these are the 4 goals of, or major goals of almost all the 5-year plans there. But at the same time, we want to understand that different 5-year plans are coming with the different programs. Okay, some 5-year plans with giving importance for agricultural production, and some other are with industrial production. Some are giving importance for social infrastructure development like health and education. Health and education. Clear? But the basic goal of the 5-year plan is these 4. Okay, all those 4 things there. What are they? Growth, then modernization, self-reliance, and equity are the most important concept of 5-year plans. Okay, so basically after independence, we know that our economy, it was totally destructed. The British rule created lots of problem for our economy. So it's the responsibility of the national leaders and the newly elected government to improve the economical system of our country and the welfare of the people. Is that clear? So this is the basic idea behind uh, 5-year plans there. So we are discussing one by one these major goals of 5-year plans here. First of all, it is growth. Okay, we know that development. Okay, growth means a sort of development. We want to achieve a development. Okay, as we studied earlier, we know that our agricultural sector, because of the British programs and policies, it is destructed. Okay, so Britishers introduced a program called commercialization. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by this commercialization of agriculture? What is that? Commercialization of agriculture. So that is the main reason behind the destruction of Indian agriculture at the time of the colonial period. Tell me, what is commercialization?
The Britishers persuaded the Indian farmers to
Oh,
only cultivate the cash crops instead of the food crops,
oh,
such
definitely
as
correct answer, Ashwarya. So the Britishers forced the Indian farmers to cultivate, okay, economically valuable products, and these products are necessary for the production in Britain. Okay, we already studied that indigo, cotton, okay, or different types of spices. Okay, so food crop production in India that is reduced, that led to numerous problems like famines and epidemics in India. Clear? So it is the responsibility of the new government to improve our agricultural sector. Okay, industrial sector also collapsed like that already. Okay, that also wanted to develop. Okay, so growth is the primary motto of the 5-year plans here. Okay, so we are discussing about the growth now. It is the most important objective of the 5-year plan or goal of the 5-year plan. Growth means, underline that, it's a 3-mark question. It refers to increase in the country's capacity to produce the output of goods and services within the country. Clear? So we want to produce various products for our own consumption. Okay, if surplus is there, we are able to export that and earn foreign exchange. But here, the government is giving more importance for producing the product within the country for our self consumption, because we don't have much money to purchase the thing from outside. Okay, so it implies either a large stock of productive capital or a larger size of supporting services like transport and banking. Okay, So we want to invest more money in production. The same time, okay, what we want to develop? Infrastructure also wanted to develop. Clear? Yes or no? We want to increase infrastructure or not? I already told you means what is that infrastructure? Infrastructures are the amenities that basically backing up the production or back up the production in the primary sector and the secondary sector. Clear? Understanding or not? So infrastructural facility, transportation facility, roads, I mean road, rail, storage facilities, bridges. Okay. So such kind of things are coming under the infrastructure, energy, I mean electricity, communication, everything is coming under infrastructure, basically supporting the production in the primary and secondary sector. Okay. So it is very much important, very much important. So government giving importance for that. Clear? For example, in our kitchen, we have all the material to cook. Okay, I mean ingredients to cook rice, chicken, mutton, whatever it is, or whatever you want. All those products are there available in your chicken. Your fridge is full with products. I mean raw products. Clear or not? But resources are with us. But without a gas connection, without a oven, how we will cook? So that's what infrastructure. Clear or not? Okay, that's what infrastructure is important. Clear? So products are there with us, resources are there with us, but without this infrastructure, it is not possible to utilize the resources. So infrastructure facilities are very much important for we people. Okay, so a large stock of productive capital or a larger size of supporting services like transport and banking. Banking, okay, it is monetary infrastructure. What do you mean monetary infrastructure? People need money, right or not? People need money. Without money, we are unable to do anything. In economics, we know that it is the most important element for a human being. It is what? Money, right or not? Huh? Right or not? Clear? That's what. Without money, no production is possible. So capital investment is necessary. Capital investment is necessary. Okay. Clear or not? Understanding or not? Okay. So here we are, banking or an increase in the efficiency of the productive capital and services, increase in the efficiency of productive capital. What we invested, that investment should create more output. Okay, and we want to improve the services also. So we learned last year in 11th class 11, we learned that. What we learned? An idea. Capital intensive technique of production and labor intensive technique of production. Okay, how to produce, which technique you wanted to use to produce the products. Okay, and which technique will produce more products, I mean create more output. Okay, clear or not? Okay, so government want to think about such kind of thing. All such kind of ideas are coming under the category growth. A good indicator of economic growth in the language of economics is the steady increase in the gross domestic product. We know that. So if you want to find out whether a country is developed or not, first of all we have to observe the growth rate of GDP of that country and per capita income, right? Yes or no? By observing these two data, we are able to understand how that country is developing. Is that country is developed or not? So in economics, we know that we are using that technique. Okay, so growth rate of GDP is a good sign or good indicator of, what do you mean indicator? Indicator, what is that? In vehicles, we will use indicator, right or not? So what is that? It's showing a sign, right? Yes or no? It's a hello. Hello. This okay? Voice is clear or not? Okay, fine. Understand? So it's an indicator. Growth rate of GDP is an indicator of development. Okay. So the GDP in the market value of all the goods and services produced in the country during a year. Okay. So an economic student from class 9 onwards, we are learning this. What we are learning? What is GDP? What is GDP? Clear or not? So examination, they are asking what is GDP? Don't write it is gross domestic product. You have to explain it. What is GDP? What is GDP? Can anyone tell me? Femina, what is GDP, Femina?
Sir, market
Class
value,
12 economics student, right? Tell me.
market value for goods and services.
Your voice is not clear, Femina. I can't hear. Okay, sorry. I will ask to someone else. Okay, the voice is not clear. Okay, Sarath Anil Kumar. Sarath Anil, what is GDP?
Value of all goods and services.
So what's the trouble with my headphone? I think so. I can't hear anything. Hello, hello. Okay, fine. Tell me, Sarath.
Value of
Okay,
all
still
goods
the problem persists. Okay, let it be. Okay, so Anjo CB, Anjo.
the market value of all goods and services
So
produced in
same trouble. Okay, let it be. Okay, no problem. I can't hear. So any trouble is there, I think so. Let it be. So you are able to listen my voice there, right? Okay, no problem. Okay, fine. So let it be. So here GDP, gross domestic product. Okay. If you don't know, read somewhere, it is too important for we people. What is that? It is the total value of all the goods and services that produced in our country in a particular year, right? Basically a financial year. Okay, so in India, a financial year that starts from 1st of April of one calendar year and ends in 31st March in the next calendar year. Clear? Okay, we already discussed this idea. Okay, remembering that. Huh? Junior classes from class 9 onwards, your teachers might taught you, okay, what is GDP? Gross domestic product. Gross domestic product. The total value of all goods and services that produced within our country in a financial year. Okay, in a financial year, that's its GDP. So growth of GDP. So the GDP rate is increasing. GDP is improving. We are able to understand that that country's economy is on the way towards development. Okay, so here it is. You can think. So underline that the GDP is the market value of all the goods and services produced in the country during a year. You can think of a GDP as a cake, and growth is increasing the size of the cake. Clear or not? So just imagine, the textbook maker says, just imagine GDP is just as a cake, and every time the size of the cake is increasing. So GDP is increasing. Okay, if the cake is larger, more people can enjoy it, right? Okay, so if GDP is larger, more people are able to enjoy the benefit of the growth. Clear? More people can enjoy it. It is necessary to produce more goods and services if the people of India are enjoy, in the words of the first five plan, a more rich and varied life. Okay, so country's income increasing. Definitely, we know that we adopted the policy of a mixed economy. Okay, and giving more importance for the welfare of the people, right? Yes or no? Welfare is the main idea behind the 5-year plans there. So GDP is growing, and the government is able to distribute the benefit almost equally among different sections of the people in the society. At that time, nearly 1950, we already studied the total economical development of our country. It was not promising one, right or not? It's not that good. Clear? Nearly 70% of the people, they are living in the villages. Okay, and basically they directly or indirectly participating in agriculture and allied activities, and agriculture is the main source of livelihood for that people. Clear? So poverty is there. So there are numerous problems people facing, not only the agrarian people, I mean agricultural people or the farmers, even the industrialists, the people those who providing different services, everyone faced a lot of problem at that time. So it is the responsibility of the government to improve the welfare of the people. Clear? Okay, the GDP of a country is derived from the different sectors of the economy, namely the agricultural sector, the industrial sector, and the service sector. Okay, so there is a fourth sector also is there. Okay, The fourth sector also is there's just a general knowledge question for you people. Find out that and tell me tomorrow. Okay. So in our textbook, there is no reference related with that fourth sector, but one more sector is there. What is that and what are the activities included in that sector? Okay, it's a homework. Just try to find out that. Okay, it's a general knowledge question. Just find out it. Okay, so tomorrow I will ask. So here it is. Three sectors are there in an economy. We know that it is the primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector, right? Okay, the value of products from these sectors altogether is termed as what? GDP. Clear? The market value of the product from these three sectors is termed as GDP. Clear? Then tell me, Grishma Joshi, what are the activities that related with the agricultural sector?
So,
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry, guys. It's a trouble here. I think so. Okay, let it be. Okay, fine. So I will say that answer agricultural sector. Okay, what is that? What are the activities here included in the agriculture sector? If you know that it is agricultural production, right or not? Agricultural production. Any other activities included? Yes, of course. Okay, what is that? Mining, quarrying, that kind of activities also included in the agricultural sector. Agriculture. Basically, we need great help from the nature. Without the help from the nature, we are unable to produce any product in the agricultural sector. Agricultural sector. Great from the nature. It is required to produce the products in agricultural sector. Just understand that. Next one is the secondary sector. We know that secondary sector is using the products, I mean the finished goods or the goods from the primary sector to produce the finished goods. Okay, both capital goods and consumer goods, right? We know the difference between the capital goods and consumer goods. Capital goods and consumer goods. Yes or no? We studied, right? Okay. If it is in your notebook, just read it again. Read it again and understand that. So the contribution made by each of these sectors make up the structural composition of the economy. Underline that. Okay. The contribution from these three sectors. What are the three sectors? Okay, primary, secondary, and tertiary sector, that creating the structural composition of the economy. This is the base of an economy of any country. Okay, products from the primary sector, products from the secondary sector, and products from the, the service sector or the tertiary sector. Clear? Okay, next one. In some countries, growth in agriculture contributes more to the GDP growth, while in some countries, the growth in the service sector contribute more in GDP growth. So, different countries. Okay, some countries are they're rich in its agricultural products. So their GDP is basically created by the value of goods that from the primary sector. Some countries are well developed in industrial production, so industrial sector is contributing more to the GDP. Clear? In some other countries, basically service is contributing more to the GDP. Tell me, in India, which sector is contributing more to the Indian GDP? Okay, sorry, I can hear. So that's what I can say the answer. It is service sector in India. Service sector in India. Clear or not? In India, most of the people are working in the agriculture sector. Nearly 49% of people, they are working in agriculture sector. But okay, more than 60% of the GDP, that is the contribution of the service sector. Service sector. That's what India's speciality related with its economy. Okay, next one. I hope this idea is clear for you. Growth. Okay, growth. Growth in production, growth in production, growth in the agriculture production, growth in the industrial production, growth in the service sector, and growth in infrastructural development. I mean, infrastructure facilities. Clear? Okay. So the thing that what we are doing to increase the GDP, that is what growth here. Okay, so the first government of India basically give important for the development of GDP, gross domestic product. Okay, Next one, next important feature or concept of the 5-year plan is modernization. Modernization. So, as we discussed earlier, we know that at that time we used primitive techniques to produce. Okay, primitive technique. What do you mean primitive technique? Primitive, old techniques. Okay, I know that most of you people know these answers, but you are unable to say the answer. If you says also, I am unable to hear that because a audio trouble is here. Okay, so no need to say anything. I can hear anyway. Okay, so just understand. Okay, what is that? We used primitive techniques. Clear? Understanding or not? Hello. Okay. So primitive techniques. So we want a change. Clear. Both in the agriculture sector and in the service sector. And in the service sector, we need a change in the production. What can we change? We want to modernize that. We want to use modern inputs. Clear or not? So in agricultural field, we studied already. It is a revolution. We'll use the term revolution, a change that what we made nearly in 1963. That is what the green revolution. What is that? Green revolution. We used a combined harvester, high yielding variety of seeds, modern insecticides, pesticides. Clear? Okay, like that, various inputs we used. Okay, that's a sort of modernization in the field of agriculture. And electric pumps we used to irrigate the agricultural land. Okay, clear. The next one, the next one, 1 minute, just give me a moment. Okay, just do the attendance for you people. So listen carefully. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now it is working. Oh, your audio also working. Again, tell me the answers also, no problem. Okay, fine. So that's it, modernization. To increase the production of goods and services, the producers have to adopt a new technology. For example, a farmer can increase the output on the farm by using a new seed variety instead of using the old ones, right? Similarly, a factory can increase output by using a new type of machine. Adoption of new technology is called modernization. So it's one mark answer. What is modernization? Simply we can write, what is that? Adoption of modern technologies. Adoption of modern technologies is basically termed as what? What? Modernization. Clear or not? Technologies, technological development is necessary to produce more products. Okay. However, modernization does not refer only to the use of new technology, but also to change in the social outlook, such as the recognition that women would have the same right as men. Okay, so that's an important aspect. Okay, equal rights. In a traditional society, women are supposed to remain at home while men work. A modern society makes use in the talents of women in the workplace, in banks, factories, schools, etc. And such a society, in most occasions, is also prosperous. Okay, so modernization means not just modernizing the production by using modern technology. Here the government has a concept. What is that concept? Want to modernize the society. Okay, so Indian society, it is considering as a orthodox or a traditional one where there is no much right to women. Clear? But the government, through different policies and programs, they created a situation for women to work like men, men. That also termed as a modernization only, a type of modernization only, a social modernization. They modernized the society, developed the society. The concept of the society is changed. Okay, how it is changed? So women, they started working were in banks, in factories, in schools. Okay, so both men and women, they are working, so we can say that they are able to produce more, they are able to produce more. The productivity of the individuals will create much changes in the GDP of our country. Gross domestic product will improve, personal income will improve, aggregate demand will improve. Okay, so everyone wanted to work. That's what the another idea. Okay, clear or not? So a type of development in the field of, or modernization in the field of agricultural production, modernization in the field of industrial production, and modernization of the society, giving equal rights for women as of men. Clear? These ideas are clear. So far we discussed about the four important goals of the 5-year plans. What are they? And Josibi, tell me, what are they?
Growth, modernization, self-reliance, and
Ah.
equity.
Equity. These are the four important goals of 5-year plans. Okay, in which two we discussed already. That is, first one, it is a growth. The second one, it is a modernization. So just a simple request for everyone: Elvina, Joy, Sharath, Anil, and Miss Aditya, please turn on your cameras. Turn on your cameras. I already told, as per chairman's information, okay, is strictly instructed, okay, that if the student videos are off, there is no more attendance for them. Clear or not? It is considering as you are absent in the class. Okay. You know that in what way I will take the attendance, right? Okay. I already took also. I already take. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Is there a disturbance in the voice?
Yes.
Ah, okay, Shubhampal. Okay. So already I took the attendance there. So that time, whose videos is off or it was off, it is there people are considered as absent. Okay. Okay, I will give one more chance there. Please turn on your cameras always. Okay. Next one, the third point for you people, it is self-reliance. Self-reliance. Okay. So a nation can promote economic growth and modernization by using its own resources or by using resources imported from other nations. So we know that no country in the world it is perfectly filled with all the resources what they want, right? Yes or no? Is any country is there in the world? Is there or not? So we know that almost all the resources are scarce in nature, and the same time have alternative uses, Okay, if a country like India, it is rich in its human capital, right? Human capital, number of people are there, the workforce is there with us. Okay, but we are facing a problem related with the capital investment, right? Capital investment. Okay, what is there with us? Workers are there, intelligent workforce is there, educated youngsters are there in the country, but no much money to invest to start different types of productive activity. Impossible. So it's a scarcity. Okay, scarcity of what? Scarcity of capital investment. Clear or not? Scarce monetary resources. Next one, coming to America, it's a country well developed, right or not? Well developed, but they are also facing scarcity related with the human hands, right? Okay, human capital, it is short in that country, so they forced to give work orders to some other countries like China, Korea, India. China, Korea, and India. So they are also facing scarcity. Clear or not? So various countries are there in the world, right? Almost all these countries are facing different types of scarcity related with the factors of production, or even the case of the resources too. Clear? Okay. See here, a nation can promote economic growth and modernization by using its own resources or by using resources imported from other nations. So, to achieve growth or achieve modernization, we want to use the product that what we are producing within our country, and the same time we have to purchase the product from other countries also. Okay, in the case of modernization, we are easy to discuss that. How? technological development. So almost all the gadgets that what we are using today, it is not of Indian origin, right? It is not produced in India. The technology is not from India, right? Clear or not? Maybe it is produced in India, made in India, but the technology is not an Indian technology. So we purchased these technologies from other countries. Okay, I use the term purchased. Are you able to purchase any technology? Yes or no? I already told you that. Okay, how these technologies are developing? It is inventing by different people, right or not? Yes or no? Example, an electric bulb. It is Thomas Alva Edison. What we can say? Steam engine. That's why James Watt. Clear or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Like that, various products are there in the world that what we are using today, it is produced by different people. So I already told you that there's a fifth factor also is there for the production. What is that? It is the technology. It is the technology. 4 factors plus the technology. I already told, right? So if you want to purchase the technology from an individual, those who invented that technology, you have to pay him, right? It's termed as the royalty. What is that? Royalty for the production, royalty for his invention. Clear or not? Yes or no? So you people also are able to invent various products. Invention not in the time of any physical good there. Any ideas also? Innovative ideas. Innovative ideas. So you have an innovative idea, big companies will take you or give you a better job in that company because of your ideas. Clear or not? Now you know that number of startup companies are there. They're basically starting with the greater ideas. So the idea, if it is good, number of different companies or world famous companies will invest money in your company too. Okay, so technology is an important factor for modernization and growth. Okay, the first 7 5-year plan gave importance to self-reliance, which means avoiding imports of those goods which could be produced in India itself. So what happened there? Some 5-year plans in India that not give much importance for importing goods to India from other countries. We already studied in class 11 there. It's termed as globalization, right? Liberalization, right? Yes or no? So we can say that up to the year 1991, what the year 1991, Indian market is strictly closed to other countries. Okay, there is no accessibility for other countries to sell their products freely in India. There. Clear? They are able to sell, but I have to pay huge tax there. So that technology or that system that used by the Indian government to support the Indian producers. Clear? That's what self-reliance made the Indian producers to produce the product within the country. Okay. And then up to 1991, from 1947 to 1991, we give or we created, and we in the sense our government created numerous plans and programs to improve the industrial production and agricultural production within our country. And not give much permission for other countries to import their goods in India. Clear? Yes or no? Is that idea clear or not? And by 1991, the Indian government understood that, okay, now our producers are able to compete with the international companies. So globalization and liberalization that basically started in India almost, I mean, since 1991, we can say, since 1991 at the time of P.V. Narasimha Rao. You are the prime minister of that time, P.V. Narasimha Rao. Clear or not? Just understand general knowledge questions. So most of you people are preparing for a UPSC examination, right or not? Okay, the commerce students, just bank examination. You want to just become a clerk in the bank? Yes or no? What is your ambition? You want to just sit as a clerk in the bank and just counting the notes and credit, debit, writing all those things in the final. Okay, credit is equal to debit, 0 0. Okay, activity completed. It is not your, it should not be your aim there. Number of other things are there for you people, right? Okay, a commerce students or humanity students, vistas are open for you people. Number of chances are there for you. Just don't imagine this is our end. What? Just getting a job in the bank, writing a bank examination and working in a bank. And okay, so just imagine, just imagine. Okay, so we are moving forward. Okay, so here the first 7-year plan have importance to self-reliance, which means avoiding imports of those goods which could be produced in India itself. This policy was considered a necessity in order to reduce our dependence on foreign countries. So giving importance for production within the country, okay, that is able to reduce the import, especially for food items. Food security is very much important, very much important. All right. So we already faced a lot of problem related with the food shortage in India. Clear or not? Because of commercialization of agriculture, that idea imposed by the Britishers, they created a lot of trouble in the country in the form of famines and epidemics there. So the government of India gave importance for what? Food security. What is that? Food security. Clear or not? Okay, that is necessary. No one want to die in India because of lack of food. Okay, it is understandable that people who were recently freed from foreign domination should give importance for self-reliance. So we know that. Okay, almost nearly 200 years we were under the clutches of our control of the Britishers. Okay, now we are independent. Okay, now we are able to create our own plans and programs for development. So we give more important for self-reliance. We have to stay, or you have to stand in our own feet. Okay, further, it was feared that dependence on imported food supplies, foreign technology and foreign capital may make India sovereignty vulnerable to foreign interference in our policies. Okay, so government had another idea too. If you are purchasing these food items from other countries, okay, we want to listen the word of that country. We want to accept what they says. Clear or not? Yes or no? Okay, now our country's development, you can imagine, just imagine what is that, huh? Day before yesterday, there was a huge auto rally, I mean car rally in Canada, Canada, carrying Indian flags. All the Canadian cars or Canadian citizens, they are carrying Indian flags, and a long procession, a long rally. Why this? Why it is? Okay, because India provided this Covishield or Covax to that country. Clear or not? Okay, to expressing their gratitude, they did it. So we now we are at that edge. Okay, the country is able to produce the product what we want in our country. Clear or not? That is because of the earlier government's plans and programs. Okay, they've foreseen all these conditions. Clear or not? Understand? Number of IITs, number of education institutions